Welcome to the Pikes Peak Library District's Law Collections tutorial video on using Westlaw, a basic overview. In this video, we will cover how to access the legal research database Westlaw, which is available at the Penrose Library. I will give you a basic understanding of the database and what is in it. Be sure to check out our other videos for more in-depth discussion on how to use this database. One thing to note about Westlaw is that it's only available for use at the Penrose Library, which is located at 20 North Cascade Avenue in downtown Colorado Springs. The other thing to be aware of is that we only have 3 seats available in our license. So what that means is that only 3 people can be logged in and using the database at the same time. Let's take a look now at where to find this website through the library's website. So we're going to start at Pikes Peak's Library District's homepage, so ppld.org. Then we're going to look over on the right and find this link that says Research and Learn, and we'll click on it. Then we'll look to the left of the screen, and we will see this link that says Search All Databases, and we want to click there. Now we're going to jump down to the letter W, so I'll find W here and click on that. And that will take me to that part of the alphabet, and then I'll see the link here for Westlaw. The terms and conditions will pop up, and you can hit I agree and then continue. And now we're in the database. Just to kind of give you a brief tour of what is here, first you'll see that there is a search bar kind of right front and center here. In this search bar, you can put in a specific citation for a case or a law or an article. You can also put the title of a source as well, or you could use it like you would use a regular search engine and just do a natural language search of the topic that you're looking for. The other thing to note next to the search bar is where you'll select your jurisdiction. The default is always to all federal, but if you click on where it says all federal, that then will open up where you can select the jurisdiction. And so here, a lot of people come to do research for Colorado laws. So what you might do is uncheck all federal and then select Colorado and then click on save. If you wish to include any related federal to the Colorado jurisdiction, you can click that down here as well. Note that you can select up to 3 different jurisdictions to search at a time. But if you really wanted to do a broad search, you could also check on all federal and all states. But generally, you want to pick the jurisdiction that you're in. So once we have that selected, then we'll go ahead and click on save. Then the other thing I want to note up here is we have our advanced search option. And so I'm going to click on that to show you what is in there. And so on this page, you have the opportunity to construct more detailed searches. So you have this field here where if you wanted the search to include all of the terms listed, you could put those terms in there, and then all the results would have to have all of those terms. So it'll give you kind of a narrower set of results. For a broader search, you could do any of these terms. So then you could put those terms in this field and it would pull up articles and results with any of the terms listed in that field. If you are looking for a specific phrase, so where 2 words or more appear together, you would put that phrase in here. So the example they give is medical malpractice. So in all the results, medical and malpractice have to appear next to each other. You can also exclude terms here as well by using this field. You also have the option, you can use these symbols in the normal search bar, so any of these connectors and expanders, and they will do some of the same things that these fields do. So here you have the option to use the and or the phrase. You also have some more sophisticated things here too. So if you want the terms to show up in the same sentence, you can use the slash S connector. You also have, you can see quite a few different options there as well. Okay, I'm going to go back to the home page. And so you can always do that just by clicking on the logo here in the top left. And that will return us to where we started. So in addition to being able to search things, you can also browse through the sources and material types as well as practice areas. And so here, this first tab kind of has just the different content types that are available. So if you're just looking for cases, you can only then search cases, or if you need a statute, you could go into there. Or if you're looking for a specific secondary source, you can just go in to all the secondary sources by clicking on that link. They also have it where you can browse through jurisdictions. So here, these are all of the federal primary law sources. Let's see, yeah, and then you also have state materials. And so you can go into a specific state. So let's just look at Colorado. And again, you have all of your primary law for Colorado, as well as some secondary sources that are specific just to Colorado. I'm going to go back again to the home page by clicking on the logo. You also can browse by practice area, so you can look through these different topics of law. And then my content, that will show the history of what you have searched, but since we haven't searched anything yet, nothing is there. And then the last one I want to show you here is tools. And so here are a few different tools that are available as well. Okay, so now let me go back again to the home page. I'm just going to run a very simple search to show you a few features of the database. So this is a very broad search. You would probably want to do something more specific than just the one term. But then when you get onto this page, you'll see you have sort of an overview of what types of sources are available. But then you can jump into a specific resource type. So if you just want case law, you can view all the cases here. Or if you're interested in statutes, you can click on that and just see what statutes come up for that term. And so you have those options as well. You can also add additional filters down here, either by limiting now just to Colorado jurisdiction. You want to weed out anything federal. The content type, this will change depending on which resource type you're in. So right now it's just what specifically within the statutes could I limit it by. So you have ways to narrow down your search here on the left as well. Okay, let me go back up here into cases. Another thing I want to show you is your delivery options over here. So on the top right, you'll see this little envelope icon. If you click the arrow next to it, that'll show you that you can email things, print them out, or download them out of this database. So you have different ways to get content out of the database. These delivery options work for both results lists, like what we're looking at, or if you go into a single document, you will still have all of those options available to you. I also want to show you in this tutorial how the citation function works in this database. And so let's say there's a particular portion of this case that you would like to quote. So all you need to do here is highlight what looks like what you want. And then I will get this box that appears. And so I want to click on Copy with Reference. Then I'm going to hop into a Microsoft Word document. I'm going to use the right click button on my mouse and then select the paste option. And now it has pasted the text that I highlighted as well as the citation for that particular source. So that's just a nice feature to have that available. Okay, Going back into the database, I'm going to return home one more time. And I just want to point out a couple more things to you. I'm going to scroll down to the very bottom of this page. Um, I really want to highlight this 1-800 number that's at the bottom. This 1-800 number will connect you with a reference attorney at Westlaw. So if you're using the database and need some help or have some questions, you're always welcome to dial that number. And it's 1-800-REFATTY or 1-800-733-2889. Okay, couple more things. Just going to scroll up to the top. I also want to point out there is this history option. And so this will show you the searches that you've done as well as any documents that you've looked at. So it'll pull all of those up. And so that can be kind of useful. If you find you've gone down a path that isn't working, you can always go back and see what maybe you had searched before or what you had previously looked at. One thing that I forgot to mention when we were looking at the document delivery options, when you're in the database, it will only let you download, print, or email 20 documents per session. So if you do need to start a new session, make note of your history, and then you can sign out and sign back in and pick up where you left off. The last thing I do want to show you is how to sign out. Since again, we only have those 3 seats available, it's nice to keep the database open for those who need it. So when you're done, just go ahead and click here on sign out. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you check out some of our other videos on browsing, searching, and specifically how to do case law research.